There we are, got ourselves a 2012 Chevy Sonic. It doesn't start. As you see, we do have a check engine light down there. It's a crank, no start. Supposedly a blower motor was replaced, and it still doesn't work. The blower still doesn't work. Don't have any operation there, and we don't have, I guess, a crank, no start is what we're going after. So let's take a look at our codes.
What is going on, everybody? Brian Mann here, hands-on auto training. This is part one of a two-part Chevy Sonic that we're working on in 2012. We got a crank no start. That's the major problem. We have a blower motor operation in part two video that'll be coming out in a couple days. That's the other issue there. Guys, at the end of this video, I do go ahead and go through my diagnostic thought process and kind of what I was thinking. You're seeing me just kind of rip through this thing as I go, and I didn't hit the record button all the time. So let me know if you have any questions. Let's get into it. Let's check our trouble codes.
This is our pre-scan report. We've got ourselves a lot of codes going on here. Let me go back to tech line here. I'm going to go ahead and erase these and see what comes back. Clear all DTCs, add all, and okay. So let's go ahead and see what codes will come back now. I'm very concerned with this 1682. Gotta figure out what that is. Circuit high, that makes me think of a bad ground like that, but these are low. So let's take a look at our engine control module data. Module diagnostics, we're going to go to engine control module ECM. I'm going to peruse the electrical and theft data if they list it like that. This is an automatic, enter. Data display, and we're going to be electrical and immobilizer. And I'm looking for, sort that by units. Ignition 1 signal 13.2, ignition controls relay signal 0 volts. So I'm going to head over to all data, take a look here. If my internet decides to work, I'll go ahead and snag my VIN number here. Take a look at the electrical OE, and I'm going to be looking at powertrain management. I want to find out about this ignition relay. This first diagram should be all of our powers ground. So I think what we're getting a code for is that this circuit here isn't getting powered up. So let me just double check what they call it. This is engine controls, ignition relay feedback, and we have ignition signal 1. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Fuse 12. So this is an ignition signal. This is an ignition signal. I don't know which one is which here. The ignition run relay, engine controls ignition relay. Alright, so here's our fuse block. Just going to take a look at what these say. It's hard to see, but basically I'm looking for fuse 35 UA and fuse 40 F40 UA 20 amp. It's very difficult to see this. I definitely only go up to 33. So I'm looking for 20 amperes. Oh, some of these don't have. I'm going to go ahead to GM service information. I don't usually use it much, but the wiring diagram that I have on all data isn't matching what is listed in the underhood fuse block. Click over here, and I'm pretty weak at the GM SI navigation. I don't use it a lot, and that definitely causes me issues trying to find what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see. So do we have LUV? LUV, no, we have LUW is our RPO, so we got to keep that in mind as we're looking here. I don't see that there. Let's take a look here. So this matches what I have on the fuse block, almost, I think identically. Yeah, we go up to 33, but all the diagram information in all data is saying we should be going up to, oops, let me get back there. It's going like 35 and number 40, so I don't know how they're going about that. Powertrain management, where do we go? There we go, it's the first diagram here is what I'm concerned with. This is the under hood fuse block, and it's X50, but we do not have a 12, fuse number 12 we do have actually, I'll take that back. Let's see if 12 is a 15 amp. That is OSRM heated, I'm assuming. No, and it's, that one doesn't match, it's a 7.5 amp fuse, or fuse 12. So if we look at here, fuse 12 says 15. If we go back to our, over here, fuse 12, it's going to be our 7.5 amp for that. So we have a mix matched mess here. And what did you guys do? You put a blower motor in it. What did you have to take apart to get there?
Just the heat duct above.
I'm just working, trying to take a look at a few things here, because unfortunately the diagrams I'm coming up with don't match what this underhood fuse block says, which is interesting. I mean, like it's saying fuse number 40, well, this only goes up to 33. And 40 is the one that I'm very interested in seeing, because my ignition relay feedback to the ECM is low. That's got to be high, and if without that being high, that's going to be a big problem. So GDS2, let's go over here, but on the even the all data into the thing, oh, there you go. I think I got it fixed. Let me see what codes come back. This was at 0 volts before. You see this here? Somebody moved the relay. See? This relay is for your defogger. It's missing a relay.
Oh.
I just snagged this one and shoved it over here.
Okay.
Goes up to 13. Let me go back to my DTCs. So somehow in the diagnostics or whatever. Now that relay is for the rear defogger. So let's take a look back here.
Now, I wasn't here Friday afternoon, so the other guy may have moved those relays around
right.
to get something to work.
Let me go back to vehicle diagnostics. I'm going to enter, because we had a ignition relay code, ignition relay feedback code, and a something about an ignition switch. So here's our ECM. We have 5 codes listed. Let me hit the detail button. I didn't clear them out yet, but the ones that I was worried about is this 1682, and then there was a relay ignition relay feedback circuit. But let me clear these. See what comes back. Okay. So I'm gonna go back here and I gotta refresh this. Enter one more time. So engine control module is probably gonna fire up now. Might as well. I always record a lot of stuff I do, because you gotta be able to learn to be quicker. There you go. Still no blower. So you want me to take a look at what might be going on there for you?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's what it initially came in.
Okay. Yeah, we still got time on the clock since I'm right here, and I forgot to hit the record button as I was doing that, so go figure, right? So this relay number 9 on this underhood fuse block is for, it says PT. I was going on a whim thinking that meant powertrain. We did not have a relay here, so I took the rear defogger relay, I put that in here, and now our engine control module does not have any DTCs, as you see here, and it does start and run. I'll start one more time. I thought I hit the record button, guys, and I didn't, so I know it'll run, but there we go. So we do have ourselves a runner. Now, the blower motor still does not operate. We have no operation, so I'm going to take a look at that as the next step here.
All right, so you see we got this thing running. It had a missing relay. What I want to speak about here is the diagnostic thought process. And I'm not telling you that I have the absolute only way or the best way, but we have to have a way to get down a diagnostic path to yield us some diagnostic fruit, as like Mr. Steckler says, right? Or other people also say, you know, low-hanging fruit. What's easy to test? What can I get to? So the very first thing I did here, as you see, is I got in this thing, I verified the customer concern. That is the first thing we have to do. There's nothing worse than chasing the wrong problem or a problem you perceive to be there, but the customer isn't even complaining about. So we got a crank no start. I do check for the check engine light. Put that in your little playbook. You have to always be looking for that. Sometimes when that check engine light is not on, we have a major problem, and it just tells us, hey, we've got a power or ground issue or something like that. So I think almost every vehicle I work on a daily basis, the check engine light does come on, key on, engine off. Sometimes it'll come on for a period of time and then go off. Sometimes it'll come on and blink, but that's just something that I think is really easy to do. It's one of those little diagnostic tips that can save you a lot of time. So next up, we did a complete vehicle DTC scan. That gives us a overview of the vehicle. Now, I didn't pay attention to a lot of the codes all over the place on the pre-scan. As you saw, I did clear them. Some people say don't clear codes or whatever. Well, this thing's been worked over by other technicians, and I run into vehicles like this all the time. I'm sure you have too. So in my opinion, just to see what the hard fault is, what is actually going on right now, I want to clear out all DTCs, get a fresh start. And as you saw, we had that ignition relay feedback circuit code and an ignition circuit code, and those are big problems. I mean, that right there, I had a diagnostic direction on which way I was going to go. I knew what I wanted to be checking next, and I was going to head down that way, and I did. The problem I had with this specific vehicle, this 2012 Sonic, this is a Korean car or whatever. It's not a, it's not a standard Chevy like a Malibu or a Impala or whatnot. I mean, everything's global these days, but this is more of a Asian vehicle, I'd say, the way the schematics and different things are. So I was kind of confused. I couldn't find a diagram that matched what I had in the vehicle. As you saw, I tried GM service information, and to be honest with you, that didn't really, that's not what led me to fix the vehicle. What led me to fix this vehicle here was looking at the fuse block lid, or the definition of the different fuses and relays, and just making sure what we had and didn't have. That PT relay, which I said, hey, that must be powertrain on the fuse block. That was just not there. I'm like, this is interesting. So I just went ahead and switched it around. And right when I flipped that thing, the battery voltage on that ignition relay circuit came back up to battery voltage. We were at 0 volts and it bounced right back up. What do you use for your diagnostic process? This is something I've been working on for years. I mean, years I've been practicing, trying to get better. And my goal is to be more efficient in my diagnostic process and what I do. So just wanted to share with you some of the things I do. What do you do? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you like this content, please do like and subscribe, of course. Now, part 2 is going to be about the diagnosis of that blower motor operation. I was running out of time. I had 1 hour to be there, and that's what I scheduled for. So I really had to get going on it. And me carrying around a camera doesn't work good, or trying to make a video. People don't like that too much sometimes when they're paying for it. But hey, that's the way it goes. Now, I wanted to let you guys know, if you're more interested in learning more about diagnostic procedures, processes, basic electrical testing, which is key. I mean, if you get basic electrical testing as a technician, you're going to be miles ahead of anybody else. I tell you what, you'll be rocking it out there. Check out the Hands-On Auto Training membership site. The core membership will give you access to a lot of videos. The premium membership gives you access to all those videos, and we have live meetings, and you can have access to the recorded meetings of past meetings as well. That's past meetings. That's weird. Anyways, you guys have a great day. I do appreciate all the support. If you haven't, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, all that good stuff. I will see you in part 2. Bye-bye.